Hey everyone, my name is Eileen Montana, and I will be going over Module 5, which goes over the attitudes, functions, and consequences. But today, I will be specifically going over the accessibility theory in today's presentation. So the accessibility theory states that attitudes will predict the behavior if they can be activated by memory on the time of a decision. So to give you a little bit of background, just for better understanding, the book mentioned how this guy goes into a grocery store to pick out a beer because it's hot, and they have very different kinds of beer, and this person usually goes for Bud Light because that's what they like. And when it comes down to a decision of what they're going to take home, they look at Budweiser, and it triggers a memory of an ad that they saw that made them smile and happy, and so consequently they grab the Budweiser, and that's what they take home. So that's kind of the accessibility. It went into your memory and made you choose a decision based on your memory. So just as a little background onto this theory. So to kind of go forward with how I relate that to my life, it'll be simple. I'm going to put it in simple terms. Growing up, I encountered very difficult situations that I had to learn to deal with. And although I've healed from a lot of them, there's still a lot of residue and a lot of things to deal with. I never knew why things happened the way that they did or why I act certain ways until I learned about this theory. Being sexually harassed and assaulted is an experience that not everyone goes through and not everyone can understand, even if you're just a friend of a victim, even though I don't like that word. It's hard to understand, and I still don't understand it to this day. I don't understand how things happened the way that they happened and what that kind of does to oneself. So it happened to me in middle school, a little bit. It happened more in college. And I've had to learn how to deal with a lot of those things. I'm a religious person, so I tend to pray about a lot of it. I talk to my friends, and I don't understand it, they don't understand it. But there are certain times where I freeze up. If I bump into them on campus, the emotions that arise inside of me, everything that's going on at the same time, I can't explain it. But my instant reaction is to look down on my phone or whatever I'm doing, look at a friend, walk away, walk the opposite way. I don't want to encounter them. I don't want to talk to them. I have forgiven them, but somehow inside of me, it's still triggering. If they come up to me and they touch me, I get furious. My face gets red. Like, I don't want to be touched by people. And I feel like a lot of it kind of goes back and gets reflected on relationships that I've had over just like I just don't want to. Or if they do a specific motion that person did when they did that bad thing to me, it triggers a lot, and I don't want to deal with it. I've had situations where, yes, I like someone or in a moment and they do something and I stop and I am completely turned off for everything. I don't want anything to do with that person. And if that person says, oh, I'm sorry, no, or be like, no, and like tries to force something, it triggers even more, and then I don't want anything to deal with it. I never understood why everything of that happened until I realized that the accessibility theory is what this all is. Because of all these bad things that have happened to me, when someone does something that other person did, it triggers that memory like that. I don't stop. I don't think about it. Oh, should I act this way? Should I not? Is this right? Is this wrong? No, it just happens. My reactions change. My body language changes. My responses change. And I didn't understand it, but this accessibility theory is so true. It helped me understand that the way that I act with certain people when they approach me or when I run into certain situations bring back those memories. And as much as I've tried to get rid of them, as much as I've tried to forgive and just move forward with my life, it's hard. It's hard when those things come up. And because it's not happened to me just once, it's happened 3 times or so, it can get pretty difficult. So in conclusion, I believe that being in touch with yourself and your attitudes is extremely important, but what's most important is to be able to manage them to serve you best. So whenever I have an attitude about something or someone, I try to remember that what I live by. And I want to leave you with the quote. It's a Bible verse, and I can do all things through Christ who gives me strength. That's honestly the only way that I've kind of kept going, is just to remember that. Thanks, guys.